Ooh-wee, look at see. Back in the shop with old Harvey. Here we go, our 1951 Chevy pickup. We got this baby blue apart, sanded down, a little bit of prep work done, got everything to where we're ready to move on to our next step. What are we gonna do here today? Well, if it isn't obvious by now, we're gonna put some color on this guy. So the first thing I'm gonna do, get my stuff mixed up, get everything ready, loaded in the gun here, get our tack cloth, tack this guy off, and get ready to lay this paint down. Here we go. Alright, so what I got here is a tack cloth, and these things, don't be afraid to keep these. Just make sure you keep them stored in like a Ziploc bag or something, but I like to open them up, okay? And they're called a tack cloth for a reason, they're tacky. But what this is going to do for us is get any dust or any residual stuff that's laying on the surface here before we put our top coat on. Anytime we can avoid dirt, especially in the situation that you currently see, you might as well go ahead and take the opportunity to do that. Especially in these corners, you want to be mindful of that, because that's where a lot of dust and stuff will be trapped. So just keep that in mind as you're going along. And don't be afraid to open it up again. Just keep using it. We'll get that done and we'll start getting this thing ready, spraying the color. Here we go. Alright, as you can see, we got the first coat down there. Now I want to take an opportunity here to share something with you. Alright, now if you see this, look back here, this is shiny, okay? Now this looks like it's wet almost, but as you come up here, alright, you see the difference in how it reflects? Okay? That's what you want when it's flashing off. So if your complete surface doesn't look like this, don't second coat it yet, okay? Take your time. Let it flash. A lot of times when we're in a situation like we are currently here, weather plays a part. Humidity, heat, things of that nature will really affect how things flash off. As you can see here, this stuff here looks like it's saturated, okay? But on the edge here, all right, see that? It's starting to flash. So definitely read, the spreadsheets they send with the stuff. That way you know you're doing the right thing. But even if you do wait the appropriate amount of time and that doesn't look right, just wait a little longer. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of grief in the long run. As you can see this here, you can see me there. Boom, chicken. Not bad. All right, now, the reason I'm telling you this is because this finish here, what we got going on, this is a single stage. You're like, single stage? What? Yeah, single stage. Let me show you what we got here. Boom. Hot Rod Black, okay? This is what we got. So we're going to try this. The first time of me using this stuff so far. I'm not mad at it. Sprays out pretty nice, lays down pretty nice. Mixes up, 4 1-to-1. So you end up making 2 sprayable quarts out of 1 quart. This stuff is expensive, I will say that. Now, are there other ways of achieving this same goal? Absolutely. But for some folks, they just want a single one and done type deal. This is how you go about getting it. All right, we're going to let that completely flash off. And then we're going to get ready to second coat this baby. Now I went medium wet on my first coat. And I'll do the same on the second. Just so we can get it to flow out and look nice and smooth. All right, we'll click it back on when we're there. Here we go. All right, now that that's flashed off, we can get this second coat going. As you can see, big difference, okay? No, let me see here. See in the reflection? It's really matted out now, so that's what we're after. That way, if you have any dirt, dust, bugs, anything get in there, you can take your tack cloth at this point and go ahead and wipe this down again, which I just did, so we can get this last coat put on. Maybe last coat. Might take 3. It's hard to say. Whatever it takes to get it covered. That's what we're going to do. All right, here we go. I'll click you back on when we get her done. Whoa, baby. There we go. Second coat on that guy, old Harvey here. Looking rather good. Like I said, this is at Sems or however y'all want to say it. I have no idea. But I'll tell you what, for the first time using this stuff, I'm not mad at it at all. Flowed out really nice. Only thing I will say, flash time was a lot longer than what I expected. But when you work in certain conditions, you got to wait for these things. You know, I don't have a heated booth here. I don't have a booth at all here. So we're working with the elements. So that's what we got to do. But as you can see, woo-wee. Let that baby laid down. Looking pretty good. Now it ended up being 2 medium wet coats. Well, you guys seen it. Yeah. And I tell you what, not bad, not bad. All right, so that's this part. Now what we're going to do, we're going to let this stuff cure overnight. As you notice, you know, the rest of the truck's not in here. So what I got to do is let this cure overnight. You know, problems of having a small space to work in, but we do with what we got. Just a small shop, ain't got a whole lot of room. I don't like storing my stuff outside. So what we're going to do, we're going to let this flash off overnight, get this totally cured out. It said 16 hours, so we'll see you guys in 16 hours. All right, Thena, what do you think? Let's ask Morty. Morty, what do you think? All right, y'all, let's check this out. Here we go. The next day, this baby sprayed last night. Put 2 medium wet coats of the SEM Hot Rod Black. And I tell you what, let's get in on this. You can tell, man. Whew, she laid down nice. You can see the reflection goes away. It's just a satin finish now. Looks almost like velvet when it's sprayed. Looking good, looking good. Not mad with how that turned out at all. Old school hot rod look, can't go wrong with it. Yeah, baby. And if you notice, I painted this upside down. Okay, not being a metallic or a pearl or anything like that, I really wasn't concerned with matching it up as long as it's held the same way it's going to be displayed, you know. Be mindful when you're painting a lot of custom stuff. You want to keep in mind how it's going to look when it's on the car. I've seen it so many times where people will paint their car and they'll paint their doors laying down and they'll reassemble the car and they want to know why the door's a different color. It's exactly what you think. It's how the material falls on the panel, gives it its appearance. So that being said, you know, scientifically, if you think about it, your hood, your roof, your deck lid are all different colors in the side of your car, just the way the material falls down on it. So definitely keep that in mind when you're doing custom paint work. Yeah, I'm not mad at this at all. This is good looking stuff. Okay, we got the bed moved out, got all that stuff out of the way, got the tailgate out, got the hood hanging now. Woohoo! Gonna do both sides of that baby. Engine bay here, got the windshield pulled out of old Harvey. Go, here's an example of what happens when you don't remove the bed, okay? Now, I wasn't really concerned with this because I knew this was 2K primer here, and I knew this was high belt primer here, and I was sanding all this together, so, whew, that's good to go. Now, you're seeing this here, okay? This is spot putty. Sometimes you get to little pinholes and things like that. This here was actually a chip that got missed. And like I said, you want to take your time and try to do the best you can with what you got, but sometimes things don't show up until you spray it, and that's an example there. Alrighty, and there, and there, yep, there, yeah, a couple places, you get the idea. But this is your last step you know, before paint. Catch any of the stuff you can. Get it handled now, because I'm telling you right now, this satin black, it does not forgive a whole lot. All right, here we go. What do y'all think about that? That's pretty custom. Man, it's pretty grippy. Yeah, anyhow. All right, here we go. Let's get this going. Ooh-wee, look and see. Back in black with old Harvey. Got this baby coated in 2 medium wet coats of the Sem Hot Rod Black. I tell you what, guys and gals, I ain't mad at it. If you've been with me for a while, you know I like shiny, sparkly stuff. This is something different for me. Definitely a learning experience. First time using that product. And I gotta say, it's pretty nice for a single stage paint. It's come out, flowed out really nice, laid down really nice. Almost has a velvety texture to it. Now this is still kind of wet. Okay, it's still flashing off, so you see areas that are a little shinier than others, that's why. But got the truck done, got the bed done, got the hood done, got under the hood done, got the inside done, got the front valance done. Of course, we got a couple small pieces left. And I will tell you, this in here, okay, if you plan on doing this, now ideally, you know, like the crown jewel over here, everything's stripped out of it. I got the motor, everything out of this car next door. This was a project that someone else had started, had given up on for whatever reason, lost interest. I don't know the exact truth of it, but it got boxed up, slapped together, and sent to us. So for us, it was more ideal for us just to back tape everything the best we can. And you can see, we did the floor, the back wall. I'm patenting this, so don't y'all steal this, okay? This is custom. If you're gonna do it like this, just be mindful. Go through it in your head, play it out, see how it's gonna work out. Be mindful of your hose control and all that stuff. With doing the inside and the out like this, there's no glass, no gaskets or anything. You're always chasing a dry edge. And what I mean by that is once you spray the inside, and I'll tell you how I did this. I started inside, okay? I went to my center point and I worked my way around. Okay, I turned myself around and I did the dash, everything I could there, okay? That left me a wet or dry edge, however you want to refer to it, right along the outside here. So my very next step was to come out and get this borders around my window channels, okay, door frames, and then attack the roof. Now what that did for me, that kept that edge wet the whole way. So imagine in here, wet paint in here, it's coming out, chasing that wet paint, and then I came over the cow and under the hood, did all my edges there that I needed to, and I came back before this dried, and I started to blend this, okay, the whole way through. Just for me in particular, that's what I decided to do. It kind of worked out. All right, we're gonna let this cure a couple days. That way when we go to put old Harvey back together, we ain't scratching up this velvety black paint. Ooh, baby. Bone chicken. Kind of cool. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep this in my back pocket for some paint effects down the road. I think it'll definitely add some character to a project. We got these pieces for the front end of the grill and all that stuff hung up here for old Harvey. Got our interior pieces in. Got our custom inner fenders hung up here. We're gonna get this stuff all put in epoxy and then put 2 good coats of Hot Rod Black on this baby. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna get this done. Zena, you gonna help today? Morty? Nope. All right, well, that'll teach you. That's why we got another one. Malik. There he is, our third helper. Got some full staff here in the shop now, guys and gals. We might be able to get something done. We'll find out. All right, there we go. Got 2 medium wet coats on all this stuff after putting it in high build primer and getting it all smoothed out. So there you go. That's our inner fenders that match our body to our S10 chassis. Looking good. All right, we're gonna let this cure overnight. We're gonna get this baby put back together. We're gonna get Harvey's teeth back in his mouth and get this guy going down the road. All right, here we go. Got old Harvey back together. Got his face back on, got the grill back on, got all the trim back on this guy that I'm gonna put onto it. Got it outside. A little gloomy out here today, but let's take a walk around. Got my quality control dog on it. You double check everything, please. Oh yeah. As I told you guys and gals before, Harvey's on air ride. Got an LS in it, overdrive trans, all that good stuff. Got the custom dash all done up, inside all done, under the hood done. A couple panels that we did for that. And I will say, I'm not happy with how this hood fits, but that's what we got for now. We're going to look at some different hinges maybe down the road and get that straightened out. But as for now, we're going to get this thing cleaned up and ready to go. All right, I don't think you ever heard this. All right, let's get started. Got the digital in there, got the air ride on there. All the pumps are pumping. Don't sound bad. What's next for old Harvey? Old Harvey's going to head to the upholstery shop, get his guts done. Get this thing ready for the cruise circuit this summer. Got Carmen in the back there. What's up, Carmen? Now, I will say something about these grills here, okay? If you guys and gals ever run into this where you're doing a truck of this nature, pay attention to your grill size. These bars up here are shorter than these down here. It's tapered. Okay. Get Harvey's first car wash here. All right, here's my controller. Little air ride, AccuAir setup. Now, check this out. I told you guys and gals this thing's on air. There he is in all his glory on the ground. As you can see, I mean, you could possibly drive it like that. You ain't gonna turn very much. I tell you what, if you're in the parking lot pimping, baby, I can't find a better truck than this one. There you go. Ooh. Man, I mean to tell you what, let's get down here and check this guy out. Yeah, I bet you could. Just don't turn. Alright. Well, there you go. Got the man himself out of the house finally. Father and son project's been sitting for years, put on the back burner. As you can hear, Harvey runs and drives. I tell you what, pretty cool. All right. You know what? We're taking it for a ride. That's all there is left to do, right? We're going for a ride, Harvey. We're out of here, bud. Y'all know I had to come back for you now. There we go. Old Harvey all finished up. And I tell you what, a little LS and a 4L80, that thing gets down, boy. I don't know if you can hear it coming up the hill there, but woo-wee. Boom, chicken. All right, you know why we do it? For the love of hot rods and horsepower. Go out there and get yourself a project. Start enjoying it. We'll catch you on the next one. All right, Harvey. Off to upholstery, baby. We'll see you soon.